Family, have you all ever met someone who made you question the laws of physics? I'm talking about a human being so powerful, so unstoppable, that even gravity had to negotiate. Today, I'm going to tell you about Miss Brown, 6'5", 300 pounds of pure, unfiltered chaos. This woman had the strength of a grizzly bear, the determination of a honey badger, and the mental state of someone who absolutely, positively believed that property law was just a suggestion. And the day she got evicted and then broke back in, well, let's just say a grown man learned he could fly when properly motivated.
Every badge has a story. Every call could be life or death. This is the world behind the thin blue line. I've faced armed suspects in pitch-black alleys, negotiated with hostages on the edge, and stared down the barrel of a gun more times than I can count. But it's not just the danger that changes you. It's the moments you can't forget, the lives you save, the ones you can't, and the weight of the badge long after you take it off. This is True Blue. Life as a policewoman. These are the stories they don't tell you in the academy. The raw, unfiltered truth of what it means to serve, protect, and survive.
So here's what you need to understand. Miss Brown had already been evicted. Like, legally, officially, your stuff is on the lawn, evicted. The landlord, nice man, we'll call him Mr. Peterson, he'd gone through the whole legal process, got the court order, had her removed. But Miss Brown, she said, nah. This woman was convinced, and I mean spiritually, mentally, physically convinced that this was her house. Schizophrenia is real, family. And Miss Brown's version of reality included the fact that she owned this property. The landlord was a squatter, and she had every right to break back in, which she did multiple times. This woman had kicked in the front door twice, climbed through a window once. The landlord had called us out here 3 times in 2 weeks. So Rodriguez and I roll up, and immediately Mr. Peterson comes running off that porch like he's being chased by demons.
Officers! Officers! Thank God! She's back! She's in there! She broke the lock again!
Sir, calm down, calm down. How did she do that?
She kicked the door with her foot. The deadbolt just flew off like it was paper.
Sir, deadbolts don't just break that easy. How is that possible?
You don't understand. This woman is built different. She's like if a linebacker and a tank had a baby.
And y'all, I look at this door and he is not lying. This deadbolt looked like it got hit by a battering ram. The wood around it is shredded. I'm looking at Rodriguez like, did the Hulk do this? This is crazy. I've seen grown men with crowbars do less damage. Should we call for backup?
For what? She's one woman. We can handle this.
Rodriguez, that door had a soul and she took it.
All right. Let's go meet Miss Brown.
So we start walking toward the front door, and Mr. Peterson is trailing behind us, way behind us, like he's using us as human shields. And I hear Rodriguez say under her breath, "Why does this man look like he's going to a funeral?" We get to the porch, and Mr. Peterson suddenly goes, Wait, let me just check if she's upstairs.
I'll go up real quick and let her know you're here.
Sir, we can go in there?
No, I'll do it. Just wait here.
So this man sprints up the outdoor stairs to the second floor. There's a separate entrance up there. And he's moving like he's defusing a bomb. Real slow, real careful. And then we hear it. That door explodes open, and we see this massive silhouette. And we hear, I will never forget this sound. We hear Miss Brown's voice, booming like thunder from Mount Olympus. Peterson, I told you not to come back here. And Mr. Peterson, this grown man, 40-something years old, he lets out a shriek, like a cartoon character. He goes, "Eee!" and makes a decision that will haunt my dreams. He climbs over the railing. This man launches himself over that railing like he's doing parkour in an action movie. Arms like windmills, one leg kicking. His briefcase goes flying. And behind him, Miss Brown's arm comes reaching out like she's trying to grab him. He just...
Jump off a building? Yes.
To avoid...
A woman in her own house.
That's not her house.
She doesn't know that.
We're not getting paid enough for this. So after we convince Mr. Peterson to unlock the 17 deadbolts he just installed in a panic, Rodriguez and I step inside. And family, the energy in this house, you could cut it with a knife. We hear footsteps upstairs, heavy footsteps. I'm talking, each step sounds like big drums.
You feel that?
What?
The stairs are shaking?
Oh God, you're right.
Sinclair, I've been to evictions where people had dogs that didn't shake the floors like this.
Maybe she's moving furniture?
With her feet?
Okay, we went up, reached the top of the stairs. The door was cracked. A shadowy figure was walking back and forth. Rodriguez reaches for the door, looks back at me, and mouths.
Ready?
Oh, I was not ready. Family. Miss Brown was not just a big woman. She was a force of nature. This woman had shoulders like a linebacker, arms like tree trunks, hands that looked like they could crush coconuts. She was standing there with her arms crossed, and I swear, the room felt smaller. She wasn't just tall, she was imposing. Like when you're a kid and you look up at your mom when you're in trouble, that's the energy. Except we're grown and armed, and she still had that I brought you into this world energy.
Miss Brown, I'm Officer Rodriguez. This is Officer Sinclair. We need to talk to you about...
I know why you're here. Peterson sent you.
Ma'am, Mr. Peterson is the legal owner of this property. You were evicted 2 weeks ago.
This is my house. I've been here. I'm staying here.
Miss Brown, we understand you feel that way, but legally...
Legally.
Y'all, when this woman took that step forward, Rodriguez and I both took a step back. Instinct. Pure survival instinct. This woman moved and we retreated like we were facing down a bear.
I live here. I sleep here. I pay rent.
Ma'am, according to Mr. Peterson, you haven't paid rent in 6 months.
That's a lie! I pay my rent in full every month!
Ma'am, do you have receipts? Bank statements?
I don't need receipts. I know what I pay.
Miss Brown, have you been taking your medication?
I don't need medication. My mind is fine. It's Peterson who's crazy trying to steal my house.
And that's when Rodriguez and I realized this wasn't about the law anymore. Miss Brown genuinely, truly in her heart believed this was her house, and no amount of legal documents or explanations was going to change that. So Rodriguez, trying one more time, she says real gentle, "Miss Brown, we're going to need you to come with us. We can do this the easy way." And that's when Miss Brown said the 6 words that changed everything.
I ain't going nowhere.
And then she moved. Whoa, it's on. Family, what happened next was like something out of a WWE match. Miss Brown came at us like a freight train. Rodriguez tries to grab her arm, tries, and Miss Brown just swings. Rodriguez goes flying backward into the dresser. I'm yelling Rodriguez and trying to get around Miss Brown to help her. But Miss Brown spins, and I'm talking agile for a woman her size. She spins and grabs me. Oh, Miss Brown picks me up like I'm a child and throws me toward the door. I go sailing through the air like I'm in a Jackie Chan movie. I hit the wall. Boom! Slide down like a cartoon character. I'm seeing stars. My radio is squawking. My hat's on the floor. And Rodriguez is yelling from behind the dresser.
I hear, Sinclair, you good? I don't know. Everything hurts.
Back up. We need backup.
Y'all ain't taking me nowhere.
So now Rodriguez and I are both scrambling, trying to regroup. And Miss Brown is in the middle of the room like a final boss in a video game. We're calling for backup on the radio, but we know backup is at least 5 minutes away. Rodriguez looks at me and goes,
We gotta take her down. Together. On 3.
Rodriguez? She just threw me like a frisbee.
I know. That's why we go together. 1, 2.
We both rush her. Rodriguez goes low, I go high, or try to. And it's like trying to wrestle a tree. Miss Brown doesn't even go down. She's just standing there, with both of us hanging off her. I've got her arm, or I think I do. It's like grabbing a fire hydrant. Rodriguez has her around the waist, or trying to, and Miss Brown is just turning in circles trying to shake us off.
Sinclair, get her arm.
I'm trying. She won't stop moving.
Get off me.
Then Miss Brown does this twist move. I don't know what it was, some kind of defensive technique, or maybe she just got annoyed. But she shrugs, just shrugs her shoulders. Rodriguez goes flying toward the bed, lands on it, bed collapses under the impact. And me, I go flying toward the window. Family, I saw my life flash before my eyes. I'm headed straight for that second floor window, and I'm thinking, this is it. This is how I go. Thrown out a window by a woman in her own reality. But somehow, I grab the window frame. My fingers catch the edge and I stop myself. I'm half hanging out the window, looking down at Mr. Peterson in the yard, and he's looking up at me like, not you too. So I pull myself back in the window. Adrenaline is a hell of a drug, family. And I see Rodriguez is literally stuck in the collapsed bed frame. And Miss Brown is standing there breathing heavy, but still ready to go. And then, and I will never understand how, Rodriguez does something incredible. While she's stuck in the bed frame, tangled in sheets, she reaches out and grabs Miss Brown's wrist. Miss Brown turns to shake her off, and Rodriguez, with one hand, while she's stuck in a bed, she pulls out her handcuffs and clicks one cuff onto Miss Brown's wrist. Miss Brown looks down at her wrist, at that handcuff, and for the first time, she pauses, just stops, looks at Rodriguez, looks at me, looks at the handcuff, and says,
Why y'all gotta be so extra?
Extra? We're extra? This woman just spun us like a carnival ride, and she's calling us extra? But that one handcuff, that was it. Once Rodriguez got that cuff on, Miss Brown kinda deflated, like the fight just went out of her. She sat down, bed was already broken anyway, and just sat there. Miss Brown, we don't want to hurt you. We just need you to come with us, okay?
Where y'all taking me?
To get some help. To get you somewhere safe.
Can I bring my stuff?
Yes, ma'am. We'll make sure you get your stuff. And just like that, it was over. 30 minutes of chaos. A collapsed bed. A near defenestration. That's a fancy word for almost thrown out a window. And one miraculous handcuff later, Miss Brown agreed to come with us.
What in the world happened here?
Y'all good?
Define good.
Miss Brown happened.
They started it.
We got Miss Brown downstairs, took 6 of us, and into a squad car. She went peacefully after that. No more fighting. And you know what she said as we're driving away?
Y'all sure know how to make a lady feel wanted.
I'm telling you, Miss Brown was something else. So here's what happened. We took Miss Brown to the hospital for evaluation. She wasn't injured. We were the injured ones. But she needed mental health support. Turned out, she'd been off her medication for months, and her schizophrenia had gotten really bad. She genuinely believed that was her house. In her mind, we were the bad guys. We were the invaders, and she was just defending her home. Rodriguez ended up with a sprained wrist from the bed collapse, not Miss Brown. I had bruises for weeks. We both got checked out, wrote the longest incident report of our careers, and went home feeling like we'd been through a war. But you know what? Miss Brown got the help she needed, got into a program, got back on medication, got stable housing, and a few months later, Rodriguez got a card in the mail from Miss Brown.
It said, "Thank you for helping me. Sorry I threw you," with a little smiley face. And that, family, is why we do this job. Not for the fights, not for the chaos, but for the moments when someone gets the help they need and has the clarity to say thank you. So that's the real story of Miss Brown. The woman who launched Mr. Peterson off a porch, turned Rodriguez and me into action movie stunt doubles, and somehow taught us about compassion in the middle of absolute chaos. Mental health is real, family. And sometimes the people who need help the most are the ones fighting the hardest. If you or someone you know is struggling, please reach out. There are resources. There is help. And to Rodriguez, wherever you are, girl, we earned our paychecks that day. This is Officer Sinclair, true blue life as a policewoman. Stay safe, stay strong, and remember, always check how sturdy the bed frame is before a physical altercation. Peace. And watch those windows. Peace.